everybody, it is Mary
and Amma,
and today we are reviewing Love After
Lockup.
Shank Shank. But we invite you guys to like,
share,
subscribe,
and comment
down below. I know we missed last week, it was the end of Ramadan, but we are going to review the finale. So basically just a wrap up of everybody. But we are going to talk about
Radine and Rick.
Yes, I was thinking the same thing. Rick and Radine. So she basically
goes to her mom
because they ended off on a bad note last time or whatever. She had cussed him or whatever and stuff like that. Had walked away, and she decided to go live with her parents because he really wanted her to be with him, but she just wasn't. I also feel like Radine just can't get with him for real, because she doesn't like him. She's not attracted to him, and she also says she is gay. So and also, he's just nothing to look at. So she can't. Like, I know her girl has like many years left. But I mean, girl, you honestly, if you wanted to, you could have just been with Rick this whole time until she got out and kept your money, collected or whatever the case may have been. But I just don't think she could stomach it. Some people just can't stomach it. Yeah. So I mean, you have your parents, so it's like you have a choice. But anyway, she told her mom finally that she has actually been married to Kay for almost a year now. Yeah. The mom was really sad. She was crying.
But she was like, "You should have told us.
You should have told us. We could have been involved or whatever." But the thing is, they got married by No, they did not. It hasn't been a year. She married her in the halfway house. She got the papers done.
But before they had the Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah. So she got it. She got the papers, sent it off to her. She signed. They were married and everything. So the mom was really sad. But I think, like you said,
mom did tell her that she needed to tell Rick.
Yeah, she said it's not right or whatever. She said, I don't want to be the bad guy. But the thing is, she was like, the reason why you don't want to do that is because, he's not going to be there or something for you anymore. And that's the only reason why she's not telling him, because she still wants him to be around. She still wants him to provide for her. And she knows once he's gone, her meal ticket is over. Exactly. So that's all that really is about, girl. Like, let's not try to be silly. But so mom told her to tell Rick. She actually did go and tell Rick that I've been married. She did cry a little bit or whatever, stuff like that. He said it makes so much effing sense now.
But he was shocked.
He was shocked. He was like, effing married.
Of everything that you were going to tell me, I was not thinking it was that.
Yeah. He said, I don't date married people unless, I have the permission. I did date that one married lady, but I have permission from her husband. I was like, okay, so he living life too. But yeah, he was very shocked, very disturbed, whatever. She said, I'm no good for you. Like, I'm not right for you. He said, yeah, you're right. I do deserve somebody better because I'm a good man. Why you got with somebody with no teeth? Only you know. But so basically they ended whatever, stuff like that. Yeah. But I thought she kind of showed her true colors in the confessional. She said,
he's not going anywhere.
He's not going anywhere. I already know this. Like, he's going to always be there for me. All I have to do is call him or whatever, stuff like that. And I'm not worried and stuff. But in the end, they did say that he actually has changed his number. And he has not contacted her at all. But she's still waiting on Kai.
She thought that she knew him, but
Well, we'll see how long it lasts. Because she just might go around the river band just because if Kay's in there for another 11 years, I ain't waiting for nobody for 11 years. I'm not even waiting for nobody for 2 years. In jail. What? Anyway, I wouldn't even be looking at no convict. Anyway, but let's talk about Martell and Kayla.
Okay. They did a party. She did a party for him and his friends.
Yeah, because remember last episode he was on confinement or whatever at home, so she had to go to a hotel, and she was not able to go be in her own apartment, so he was there. Yeah. Which I just think is crazy that you let him be like paroled to your home. Yeah. Like, but also he's just disrespectful. I don't even know why she's with him. But they had a little house party, whatever, stuff like that. Had all his people come for the gathering and all that stuff. They got to see him and everything. And the cousin was basically asking her, like, how do you think things are going to go with him? Like, are you planning on, seeing this through or whatever? She was like, yeah. Apparently the cousin, who is a man or a woman, introduced them in high school. And that was, Martell was originally her friend. Yeah. And she was trying to let them be together, whatever, even though he went to jail soon after. My thing is, that girl's not a friend. Because no friend of mine in the right mind is going to tell me, you should go be with a convict.
Yeah.
Like, who does that?
Who has 13 years in jail left?
But
so
you want me to go
wait.
and be with that person and wait it out and thug it out. This is
what
not
kind of friend is that? That's
like,
what I want to know.
Well, she's probably confused about life as well.
Yeah.
But I mean, that just don't make no sense. And then you go like an idiot and wait for this guy who is so disrespectful, unappreciative, and looks a bit odd for 13 years.
Yeah.
And, you know, you feel like an idiot. So it's like, you know, you have to make it work because you're like, well, I wait on him for 13 years. Girl, you can still leave.
You feel like you have invested time, girl.
Girl, go invest time somewhere where it will be worth it.
While you're still young.
Yeah.
You still have some life in you.
And
before he drains all the life out of you, girl.
Because he already is like, I mean, her edge is already receding. She gonna be completely bald by the time she's done with this fool.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, I don't know. Anyway, they went to go have makeup sex or whatever the case was.
Yeah.
But in the end, with that one, they ended up.
Did someone call? And he said, "Oh, that was Anna."
Oh yes.
While he was in the confessional talking to the producer,
"Who's that?
Who was that calling?" His phone rang.
He said, "Well, if it becomes something serious, then I'm sure to let y'all know."
He said, "That's Anna." They said, "Who's Anna?" You don't need to know about that. But if it becomes serious, I'll let y'all know.
So you obviously have women.
Yeah.
And see,
and even his friend was saying it's odd that they are already. This is supposed to be the honeymoon phase,
and they're not like on top of each other. Like they're always bickering. Yeah, because he's not serious about her. He's not interested in her like that.
No, he just wants to control her.
Yeah, big facts.
Manipulate her. As long as he can do that, he feels as though he has control over her. She'll continue to be there for him.
Yeah.
You know. So, there are some men who feel like the worse they treat you, the more you'll be there for them. And so they go out of their way to treat you badly and to gaslight you consistently. And you know, there are women who fall for that.
It's unfortunate.
And they'll end up being the one to apologize constantly.
Yeah.
And it's like he's always forgiven you. And then you always come out of the fight feeling like, but he did XYZ. And that's never really brought up because he gaslights you before you even have an opportunity to articulate. So they become like masters of that. And you're like this mice in this wheel. And it just keeps on going, girl.
Yeah.
Gotta get out of that. It's very toxic.
Very sad.
So who was the next one? Crystal.
Oh, but they're still living together, whatever, stuff like that. You know, he's still on parole, but she said she's looking forward to having babies with him in the near future. Big mistake. Yeah. If you are not pregnant yet, girl, I would recommend you dump his ass. And
even if you are, if you want to
still dump him. Just because you're pregnant with somebody doesn't mean you have to make it work. Yeah. Please don't. Because you just end up effing up the kids. But let's talk about
Crystal and Antoine. So
why you decided to be with your best friend's son? Only you know, but karma gonna come for you, girl. She already told you he was a savage,
and she now called him a dirtbag. They were in the kitchen, so
because they had a party with his mom and everything and stuff like that,
and his family,
and they were trying to talk to him, whatever, stuff like that. He was like on his phone throughout the whole dinner, and everything.
And when they like confronted him, he went outside. He was mad, walked out.
Yeah, with his phone. And then she went into the kitchen with his mom, who used to be her best friend. And she was like, you know, I was talking to him the other day, and he told me he has like 50 different women. Well, also, did we tell you guys that the mom had cancer?
Yes, we did last time. We did.
Okay. But
well, she has cirrhosis of the liver, which kind of, it is. Yeah. Yeah. But stage 4, I think she said,
Yeah, so that's what happened with them and everything. And
but the mom said that she thinks he talks about 50 women.
50 different women.
Might be an exaggeration, but maybe it is true.
I mean, I'm sure he has nothing but time on his hand. People are very active.
And then there are people, like you said, who are very active online. Yeah. Looking for a convict. Right. And so the mom, so she was like saying the same thing that she said to her sister, how he's not grateful. And the mom said, well, I mean, he's a dirtbag, you know? But then she thought, well, maybe the mom also might be trying to break us up.
Yeah.
And stuff, because maybe she's still upset. So she was a little confused about that. But on the way going home, they started to argue. He got upset, went to the house, took off his microphone, said he doesn't want to film anymore. So the next day, she let them know, look, we need to stop filming because I don't want him
to relapse.
She doesn't want him to relapse or do anything to harm himself, which also could be a manipulation that he does with her as well.
Yeah.
Or
because he didn't want to film.
I mean, it's not that he
mic.
doesn't have these issues, but when you are like, I'm going to stay with him because I don't want him to relapse, or, if he is that close to suicide or relapsing into going back into drugs, he can always go to a rehab.
Yeah, women are not a rehabilitation center.
You need to actually send him to a rehab. You trying to rehab him, you don't have the license or the skills to do that probably. And
you're already looking old. You want to age 20 more years, sis?
But also, that ain't gonna be a good look. She's doing him a disservice. Yeah. Also. So anyway, but the update on them is that didn't they have a child? Yes, they had a child. And but they seemed really happy in the picture, the update that they gave. So wish them well.
They were the last couple I thought would have got pregnant because he didn't look like he was trying to have sex with her.
Yeah, but hey,
I guess when they're locked in the house together, what you gonna do?
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was their update. Let's get
Brynwyn
and Chaz. Mm-hmm. Is that the last couple? I feel like there was one more couple.
There is.
Who?
The guy Kenny, who smacked that guy. Yeah, that one. I think that's the last couple. Do you want to talk about them first?
No, let's do Brandon and Chaz. So last episode, Chaz and Brandon, they were trying went to a hotel, whatever, to try to go be physical. And this girl was having a panic attack. She said, she's like, I feel really weird. Like, she was shaking, like she was crying. Yeah. Like, this was a serious attack.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was just an attack because she was like, I cannot have sex with this thing.
She was also saying something that
she would get high, she would be on drugs.
Now that she's not using,
yeah,
it's like she's going through some kind of withdrawal. However, she has been in jail all this time. So, of course, she's not getting her hard drugs that she was getting before. But sometimes in jail, they will give you, they'll give you some medications to take the edge off. So I'm sure she was on those meds. Now that she's out, she probably has to go back to the doctor. And she has to see a doctor so that they can put her back on some of those meds. Because some of those meds, you can't just stop them. You have to wean off of them, or they can really cause serious damage. And those panic attacks. So that's what I thought about with her. But she has this.
She also did say that when she was, in the life or whatever, she would to have sex with guys. She would just,
like be high,
be on drugs, drink or whatever, stuff like that, and she will feel sexy and everything, and then she'll be able to get into her sexy or get into the sex mood or whatever and stuff like that. But now it's like she can't do that, so she says she doesn't feel sexy, she feels weird, like she doesn't know why she's crying, trying to have sex with him, and that she wants to be with him or whatever. But it seemed like she was like this, trying to even hug him, like she would. I don't know.
And also, it's a habit. It's a bad habit of. Okay, probably she was doing some back then when she was doing the stripping. She may have been doing some kind of escorting.
Yeah, because her daughter is also
getting
doing it.
Paid, and then having to have sex and when you're doing it kind of for work, a lot of times you do have to have some kind of stimulant because it kind of goes against what you want to do innately, the essence of who you are. It goes against that, and so you have to take these stimulants just to get it on, or maybe also to forget that you're even in this situation where you feel like you're being exploited, or you feel like I have to kind of sell my body in order to survive. in my life. So that's sad. And so now there's that habit of doing that. So it's like sex now has been equated with drugs and alcohol. And now how do you have sex without those stimulants? And it's something that she has to learn. And she has to have therapy for something like that. And then also maybe do some intimacy classes also. So it's a long road, and I don't know if Chaz, he seems to be manipulative and wanting to have sex so badly, and I don't know if he is the one, if he will be unselfish enough to see her through that. But I am happy that she explained it all to him, and hopefully he'll think to himself.
Well, also, I don't think he bought it though, to be honest, because he looked a little odd.
Yeah, but maybe, hopefully, he will think about it and say, let's see someone. I want to make sure that you're okay.
I don't think he's going to do that.
So here's hoping.
I'm hoping.
Yeah. And who was the last one?
Kenny. My boy Kenny. But he ain't my boy no more because he is something else.
The girl left.
So the girl left last episode.
And he contacted her now.
Yeah, because he was talking to his friend or whatever, stuff like that, and he was talking about how he's never been faithful to one woman. Mm-hmm. He doesn't know he's a sex addict or whatever the hell he is. Listen, any man can control his penis. That was just an excuse.
And the friend told him, she has the right to be upset.
Yeah,
but you're kind of being a jerk.
Yeah, and everything. But anyway, he called her. He was like, because if you get with her, like, man, you have all these other women. Are you going to be able to really stop? And the thing is, he was talking as if he had never stopped talking to them. But when because when they went to dinner together or whatever, he was trying to say, like, I stopped talking to them, but I only started up again because you were ghosting me. Mm-hmm. But when you talk to the friend, it was like you never stopped.
Right.
So I'm like, now you here are being a liar and a manipulator. Mm-hmm. So he's there talking to her and whatever and all this stuff, and she's here talking to him about cheating and being loyal. And this fool says, oh, well, the thing is, I figured that, you dated girls in prison. So he spins it on her. It says, you dated girls in prison. So I just figured that,
you'll be
maybe
okay
we could work something out.
Being here with other people.
Yeah, he said, so maybe you would maybe we could work something out, and then maybe we can get a girl that you like, or maybe we both like, and then maybe just bring that in or whatever.
And it was so odd that she jumped on it so quickly.
I just thought it was odd. Like, girl, do you not have other options to live somewhere?
But you know why it was so odd to me is because if that was the case, why did you make such a big deal about if you were willing to do this lifestyle now? Why did you make such a big deal and even leave the house? You could have said, okay, you know something, I don't want you to see these women without me being there. You could have said so.
Yeah.
And just stayed. So it was odd. So I didn't know, is she being manipulated? But sometimes, this is how I feel a lot of times.
Maybe she had nowhere else to live.
Sometimes what I see, sometimes women will allow themselves to be manipulated into these situations.
Yeah.
And then later on, as time goes on, they get upset about it. They get upset that, this person is not serious. All of a sudden now, as time goes on, they want more. They want a relationship.
Yeah.
They want some kind of seriousness. And once you open that door, it's like opening Pandora's box. And you open that door for that guy to have this woman and also have you. What happens is that when you now want to get serious and just have him or have children or have a family, and he's not ready, he wouldn't be wanting to do that. Certainly not with you. He might do that with somebody else and still have you on the side with the other chick. Y'all doing that. And then have his serious relationship with someone completely different.
Who isn't even into that lifestyle.
Who's not into that lifestyle.
Didn't we
but
see
with
that?
you, because you started it with him, he has this habit with you. And he's not willing to close that Pandora's box. No, he wants that to remain open.
Didn't we see Family or Fiance,
So-
this guy who was with a girl who was bisexual, quote unquote, and he actually ended up, and they were going to the Family or Fiance to go and see they will get married or whatever. He had already engaged her.
Mm-hmm.
And come to find out, it was like their last day, and he actually said, I don't want to be with somebody who's bisexual. I don't want to be with somebody who's into that lifestyle. Remember he told her that?
He did tell her that.
But you have been with her all this time, probably enjoying or whatever you were doing.
No, but he said that, remember she said that she had made that story up.
Right. Well, anyway, he had been with her or whatever. But
she had made that story
her.
up about them having threesomes. She made that story up. And she said that to the counselor. She said she was trying to get at his mom.
Yeah.
So she made up a story that his mom was very religious.
Anyway, I think they did something. It might not have been a threesome. It might have been kissing, whatever the case may have been.
The thing is, he told her that.
But you tell her this after you've been engaged.
He knew that she was bisexual. He didn't mind that she was bisexual, right? He didn't mind that she was bisexual, but he wants monogamy. Okay?
Well, also he doesn't want to be with somebody.
He ended up, because he told her, because the other thing, she was very rude. She was very disrespectful. This is what he was saying to her. My parents are religious, You need to know how to behave in certain settings.
Yeah.
And she just seemed as though she was trying to rub
very
his
uncouth.
face.
Yeah.
Rub his family's face into so many things.
Yeah.
And it wasn't necessary, and I'm not sure why she was doing that. But he ended up saying, something, and the mom, I guess, and his stepfather reminded him, this is not your lifestyle. This is not how you were raised.
Yeah.
So, yes, you really like her, because he says she's a very sweet girl. I wish you could have seen the other side of her. But she never showed that other side. She was just showing this, like wildness and all this stuff, instead of trying to, which was odd to me. It was odd to me because she was here talking to his religious mom about their sex life. Even a mother who's not religious, I am not going to go to my potential mother-in-law
to talk to her about how I'm having sex with her son.
About my intimate sex life with her son. I never spoke to my mother-in-law about that, and I was married to her son. It's not a conversation I'm going to have with a mother-in-law.
It's odd.
So it doesn't, and then she started screaming and yelling, she hates, gays.
She hates gays.
And that's not even the case. The thing is, you are talking to someone's mom about your intimate sexual relationship with their son, and no one does that. Who does that? It doesn't matter what your sexuality is. It's just something that you don't do. It is etiquette.
It's called having class.
Who does that? Who wants to listen to that? Please. No child of mine, no in-law come and talk to me about your sexual life with my child. Don't want to know. Okay? Yeah. I mean, you guys get married. I don't want to know. So anyhow, he decided, something, maybe we're just too different. And they ended up not being together. He changed his phone number. He broke up with her
and he ended up getting with the girl who came from the Christian family and all that stuff.
He got back with her, the girl who she lied about and said that they had a threesome with her.
Well,
and that
she was actually a family friend.
And that was not even the case.
Yeah.
So one, she was a liar. Two, she was a gaslighter.
Big facts.
And I actually believe, we were believing her.
Yeah.
Until he was telling her, you're lying. Why are you lying? And so when the therapist confronted her, then she says, I was trying to get under his mother's skin. That's another, that was Family Fiance. Anywho.
But yeah, I didn't like how he went and played her like that, whatever, and I don't like how she played herself. But then fast forward to the night.
She played herself. She allowed him to play her, and he played her.
And then my thing is, I didn't understand why she was doing all that. Because it's do you not have options to live somewhere else? Why are you doing this?
Yes. And then at the restaurant.
No, at the end when they're walking out, whatever, she's like, I'm happy that we found a resolution because now I can have a girlfriend. And then, he gets to have 2 women, so it's nice or whatever.
However.
But we can't rush it, though. We need to make sure we have a firm foundation. So
then he checked her.
Then he checked her.
So at least, trying to call her the wild one. Even though he's the one who brought it up.
And you're the one who said you're a sex addict.
You see see how he goes. So I
just embarrass yourself.
Like
then she's like, let's go, baby.
Yeah. So yeah, Kenny played her.
But she allowed herself to be played. You can't play you. Somebody can't play you unless you allow yourself to be played, honey. That's not how it works. Somebody can run game on you all day, but if you know how to check that and know when to just walk away, then nobody can play you.
But I saw this a lot with some women and people that I met. It's like they allow themselves to be manipulated in these lifestyles. And then later on, they get upset that they are all in this threesome lifestyle or open relationship. Then they get angry. Then they feel as though the man is never going to settle down.
Yeah.
Because it goes on for years and years. He's not going to settle down with you, boo.
Never.
He's not settling down with you. He may settle down with anybody else, but he will not settle down with you.
That's called life.
Don't allow yourself to be played.
Who said that? Don't play yourself. Yeah, somebody said that.
Don't allow yourself to be played. Yeah, because you play yourself. That's what you're doing. And let me tell you, this life doesn't. Life is not
a bed of roses.
No, it's not. Life goes by so fast. I mean, people will tell you. People like myself who are 50. When you look back, it's just like life goes by so fast. And when I look around now and I see young people and I just hear about, lifestyles and different things that they are doing, and I just feel as though it's such a waste of time, I mean, you guys tell us what you think. Sex is something that's supposed to be very sacred. It's something also that's supposed to be very powerful. Like, it's connected to our creativity. It's connected to the essence of who we are. It is a very potent, powerful thing. Like, it's so, and it can be so amazing, and it can serve you so well, done under, certain circumstances. So don't take it, and what saddens me is when I see young people especially being so frivolous with it. Because the more, and for men and for women, the more you open yourself up in that way with so many different spirits and stuff like that, it deters you from really living a full life, from really reaching your destiny, from reaching your purpose in life, from you being fulfilled. It is really deep. There's a real depth to sex. Like, if you want to, I mean, I just, you guys comment if you guys even know what I am talking about. I'm sure a lot of you know what I'm talking about. I mean, it's a depth. There are levels to this stuff. It's not just about having an orgasm. There are levels to it. And if you will take the time to understand it, it will give you such a good understanding of who you are. Really who you are. But anywho,
that was Love After Lockup. We forgot about Indy and Harry.
Yes.
So we're back. How we forgot about Indy and Harry blows my mind.
Okay.
But Indy finally took her ASS home.
She packed up her stuff.
And she finally took herself home.
She called Harry and was like, I'm getting ready to leave. Are you going to come down and say bye or whatever, because I'm gone.
But he was down the block at his sister's house avoiding her.
And so he was like, okay, so he comes.
So he's like,
fine, I'll come. Hugs her, tells her he loves her.
No, well, she said, you want to come sit down first? So my thing is, why even ask him to sit down? Like, Indy, you're done, you're gone. Do not even sit.
Your daughter sit down, is in don't the communicate. Car.
No, she's in the basement.
Oh, she's in the basement.
Because he was like, can I say bye to her? I was like, no.
She said
and then
no.
He was like, so are you going to visit? Like, are you going to stay in contact? And she was basically like, I don't know. We'll see that. So it's like, you're still giving him rope. And I was just like, girl, just leave it be. Like, why are you even talking to him? And he just like, he came in not even asking about anybody, but he said, so this was him. So you think it was okay for you to go and talk to your mama about me?
Oh, yeah.
Like, you thought that was going to help?
That.
He's like, so you thought that was going to help our relationship? And she said, you didn't give a damn about our relationship this whole entire time. So it was going to get, so what? It wasn't going to do any damage if my mom came. You've already done all the damage.
Yeah, you're still with Terry.
Yeah. So, but he was still trying to be on this little high horse and try to gaslight her or whatever, stuff like that. And she said, all I asked was for fidelity. And he was like, I mean, I don't know what you want me to do. Like, would you be happy if I got you pregnant? And she said, what does pregnancy even have to do with anything? But the man was higher than a kite, so he wasn't even making any sense. So
Boy.
I just thought it was just ridiculous.
Yeah.
But he was hugging her and he was like saying, I love you. She's like, I love you too. And then he went home. He didn't even try to help her put her stuff in the car or whatever. Just walked back down the block. Mm-hmm. And then she's like on the steering wheel crying. And then she's like, why are you crying, Mommy?
She said nothing.
Yeah.
But she got home and then he was calling her. She wasn't picking up. Because she's like, if I continue to pick up, he'll continue to do what he's doing.
Yeah.
But in the preview, it says that
she had left him alone or whatever, stuff like that. But then she finally starts picking up his calls again. But also in the clip before that, we saw that he actually is now living with Terry full time. And he said he loves her because, she is his calm. She helps him get himself together and helps him to figure out what he needs to do. So basically she's playing mammy to him.
And
he was cooking her breakfast.
Anything really?
Yeah.
I mean, he can go and say, she doesn't question anything. He can, as long as he tells her where he's gonna be, what he's doing.
Yeah.
But apart from that, he has freedom with her. So he said he has peace with her.
Yeah. He said he was cooking her breakfast and all this stuff or whatever. So, we'll see how long that lasts. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, y'all, that was everything.
That was all.
See y'all later. Now we can close out.
Yes.
But it is Mary
and Amma.
And we invite you to like,
share,
subscribe,
and comment
down below. Yeah. Good night.